v'yal Yeshuasecha al nisecha v'yal. Hey v'yal nifleisecha v'yal Yeshuasecha al nisecha v'yal nifleisecha v'yal Yeshuasecha. The Rebbe's here, the Rebbe's here. V'yal Yeshuasecha secha v'yal. Yeshuasecha al nisecha v'yal. You want to get up and keep it ever? Al nisecha v'yal, nifleisecha v'yal, Yeshuasecha. Yeshuasecha al nisecha v'yal, nifleisecha v'yal, Yeshuasecha. Al nisecha v'yal, nifleisecha v'yal, Yeshuasecha. Al nisecha, nifleisecha v'yal, Yeshuasecha.
Good afternoon or good evening to those of you tuned in around the world, and welcome to And There Was Light, a special program celebrating the festival of Hanukkah and the inauguration of Celebration 40, marking 40 years of world leadership of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem M. Schneerson Shlita. To mark this historic milestone, we bring you this unique event, the first Intercontinental Hanukkah celebration. This is indeed a special, interactive celebration, not limited by time or space. This celebration joins together millions of men, women, and children around the world who will not only hear the Rebbe speak, but see the Rebbe as well and be seen by the Rebbe. At this very moment, all the international communication satellites are tied together for the first time in history to carry this message to Jerusalem, Moscow, London, and Paris. And for the first time, similar celebrations at these locations will join live with the Rebbe in this Hanukkah celebration. So join us in this joyous occasion as we begin to mark 40 years of the Rebbe's leadership and the festival of Hanukkah. My name is Rabbi Shmuel Kaplan. With me is Rabbi Manis Friedman, the Dean of Beis Chana in Minnesota. We will provide a running free translation of the Rebbe's Yiddish talk. We take you now live to Lubavitch World Headquarters in Brooklyn, New York, where the celebration is underway and will be addressed by the Rebbe himself. Here now is Rabbi Jacob J. Hecht, moderator of the proceedings, the Executive Vice President of the National Committee of Furtherance of Jewish Education.
We have to do this over again. Starting us off today with a customary recitation of the 12 Torah passages is Michal Kazin from the United Lubavitch Yeshiva in Brooklyn, New York, who will recite the first posik, Torah Tziva.
Torah Tziva Lanu Moshe Menashe Kehilas Yaakov.
Okay, that was beautiful. Thank you very much. The second posik, Shema, will now be recited by Rivka Jacobs from the Beth Rivka Lubavitcher Girls School in Brooklyn, New York. Rivka.
This is a children's celebration, and verses from the Bible and other traditional works are being recited by the children.
Everybody, please, please.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Okay, that was beautiful, Rivka. Thank you very much. We now go to Moscow, Russia. The first time in the history where Chaim Cherniak of the Moscow Yeshiva Achei Tamimim Lubavitch will recite the third posuk the Chol Dor V'Dor. Watch it on your monitors.
We're looking at the main synagogue in Moscow.
Третий посуд произнесет Хайм Черняк из Любавичской ешивы Ахи Твимим в Москве.
Sure, spasiba. Okay? Shh. No, kinderlach. Shh. We cannot work this way. I must have quiet. Shh. Here is Rina Dovi Dover and Miriam I.D. Nava from the Beth Rivka Lubavitch Girls School in Moscow, who will recite the fourth posik, Kol Yisrael.
Кол Исроил произнесут две девочки-ученицы Любавичской ешивы Бейсринка в Москве, Рина Давидова и Мирьям Эйдинова.
Israel. Yes. Elohim. Reis. Lehilom. Habo. Shenemat. Vamech. Kulom. Tzadikim. Leolom. Kirshum. Oretz, Neitzer, Matoi, Masei, Yodai, Lehispoer.
У нас 11:45 ночи, поэтому мы прощаем детям.
We now take you to Paris, France, where Yosef Yitzchak Abushdidi from Cheder Lubavitch in Paris will recite the seventh posik, Bereshis Bo Elokim.
Bereshit, bara, Elohim, et השמיים, ואת הארץ. ושיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשרבך ובקומך.
Hopping back to New York, we asked their Zalman Wilhelm from Yeshiva Olei Torah in Brooklyn to recite the ninth posik Yogaiti.
Yogaiti, Vilay, Matsasi, Al, Tamin, Lo Yogaiti, Umatsasi, Al, Tamen. Gegeiti. Matzasi. Tamen.
Okay, thank you very much.
This is London coming in now, where the little boy is saying one of the verses from Torah. That's Rabbi Feivish Vogel of Lubavitch Foundation in London. We're having some difficulty with the video, now we're having some difficulty with the audio.
The British Empire isn't what it used to be.
It's on, it's on.
Well, as you can tell, this is the first time that this kind of intercontinental hookup has been attempted.
Okay, again from London. Chayamusya Levy from the Lubavitch Primary Girls' School in London, who will recite the 6th Pasuk V'hinei.
At Lubavitch World Headquarters in New York, they are able to view the proceedings in London.
I said it's London. We're listening out to London.
We're going to give London another try and see if we can get some audio on this. The little boy is supposed to be reciting a verse from the Tanya, from the first written work on Chabad Hasidic philosophy, written by the Alter Rebbe, and it speaks about the awareness of the God's presence.
London, London, come in, London. London, you are supposed to come in now.
Well, at least we have the video. It's interesting to see people gathered in that part of the country at this particular time and joining in with the celebration that's taking place at Lubavitch World Headquarters in New York.
You know, it's interesting that the little boy in Russia recited the verse from the Haggadah that we say every year on Pesach, that in every generation we have to see ourselves and experience ourselves as coming out of Egypt, coming out of bondage.
Nothing more appropriate than that coming from Moscow, and I think that's part of the process of what's happening there. The fact that we can have a broadcast from London is sort of remarkable and stunning, to say the least.
Okay, the next pasuk will be recited on behalf of Jerusalem. The pasuk v'ohavto.
This is at the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem.
V'ohavto. L'rayecha. Kamaycha. Rabbi. Akiva. Omer. Zeh.
You should love your neighbor as you love yourself. Rabbi Akiva said that this is a primary principle of Torah.
Okay, very good. The 11th pasuk, B'zeh kol ha'adam, will now be recited from America on behalf of Jerusalem.
B'zeh kol adam b'sachlis briasai ubrias kol almois elyonim b'sachtoinim liois lai dida zu b'sachtoinim.
We're going to switch back now to Moscow.
На Москву. Последние слова закончит студент, мальчик, учащийся Ешивы Ахрит Мимим Любавич в Москве, Иосиф Левит.
That's a youngster in Moscow singing in English, "We Want Mashiach Now," referring to the ultimate redemption that we look forward to by Mashiach, the Messiah. These youngsters are students in the first Jewish day school opened in Moscow.
We didn't have the 12th Pasuk. Yismach, we'll hear it now. Shnei Zalman Levit.
Yismach! Yisrael! B'Yosef! Perush! Shekel! Mi! Shehu! Mizera! Yisrael! Yesh! Loi! Nismayach! B'simchas! Hashem! Asher! Sos! B'sameach! B'dirasai! B'sachtainim! Yechi Adonenu Malenu V'Rabbeinu! Yechi Adonenu Malenu V'Rabbeinu! Yechi Adonenu Malenu V'Rabbeinu! Hanavi Mashiach will be this year. Mashiach will be this year.
Although they are thousands of miles apart, the children in Brooklyn, New York, and the children in the main synagogue in Moscow are singing the same song in the same language, "We Want Mashiach Now." That speaks volumes to the unity of the Jewish people around the world and the revival of Judaism in the Soviet Union, particularly in Moscow.
Here you hear it.
All parts of the world joined in the request of the children, and this is primarily children in all parts of the world. It's children's celebration. We Want Mashiach Now, asking for the coming of Messiah. Just slightly off in beat, I think. Otherwise, it's exactly the same.
Just don't want to change from our style very quickly. Let's give a round of applause to all those who said the psukim all over the world. Okay. Now, in honoring the Rebbe Shlita and in celebrating 40 years of his inspired leadership, we bring you special greetings from the President of the United States of America, Mr. George Bush.
We represent the Lubavitcher Rabbi Schneerson, who is currently celebrating his 40th anniversary as a leader of the world movement. And this symbol of the victory of the right over the might is certainly timely, especially since you are at the helm in such a critical turning point in history, and you have both, the right and the might. Our wish and prayer is that you should be victorious for the protection of this country and the well-being of all of humanity. Great.
Well, that's such a sweet presentation. Thank you very much. And I would like to simply say to the worldwide Jewish community, including Lubavitchers, we just wish you well. And we know that you stand for peace, renewal, strength of faith and family. And so it's appropriate at this time of year that this president perceives this on behalf of the American people. And you all are very nice to come so close to a very special holiday to present this, but I can assure you that it will be treated with the respect that it has earned through the years and with the affection that Barbara and I feel for the community and what you stand for and what you're doing around the world to amplify the very best on our value scene. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mr. President.
That was a presentation made to President George Bush on behalf of the Lubavitch movement and the Jewish people worldwide by Rabbi Abraham Shem Tov, the director of the American Friends of Lubavitch.
Okay, and now from Australia, a message from His Excellency, the Honorable Bill Hayden, Governor General of the Commonwealth of Australia.
We're here tonight to celebrate the Jewish festival of Hanukkah, the festival of light. As Governor General, I'm pleased to be taking part in this festival, being celebrated across Australia and in many other parts of the world. The festival has been organised by the Chabad Lubavitch movement in Australia, a movement that worldwide is now celebrating 4 decades under the leadership of Rabbi Menachem Schneerson Shlita, the Lubavitcher Rabbi. Ladies and gentlemen, there are many paths to truth, however we may conceive it, as there are many branches in this candelabra. But on this celebration of Hanukkah, let's remember that over all of them must shine the light of reason and freedom and the love of our common humanity. Thank you very much.
In celebrating Hanukkah in the true spirit of Pasumei Nisa, announcing and proclaiming the miracles of Hanukkah to all, Lubavitch has brought the brilliant lights of the menorah to millions of people around the world. Large public Hanukkah menorahs are now very much a part of the city scene in city after city and in country after country, illuminating the world with the miraculous lights of Hanukkah. In addition, thousands of people around the world have mounted menorahs on top of their cars, which brought the lights of Hanukkah to millions more. We will now see some of the Menorah mobile parades in Israel, New York, and London.
As you can tell from the signs, this is the Menorah car or Menorah mobile parade in Israel.
This looks a little more like Manhattan.
But I think it's London. Certainly not Israel, though. Well, there you are. I guess you were right.
New York, New York. The Empire State Menorah.
Well, the resemblance is certainly there.
This is a very vital project, particularly for children. Jewish children who at this time of the year are absolutely swamped with other celebrations and other festivals and other holidays. And for the Jewish child to see the menorah displayed proudly, either in giant menorahs or car-top menorahs, is really a source of great reassurance and great pride.
Shh! We now go to Moscow, Russia, for the lighting of the menorah there.
Сейчас мы переключаемся на Москву и начинаем зажигание ханукальной меноры. Ханукальную менору в Москве зажгет Довид Куравский, студент Ешивы Ахит Мимим Любавич в Москве.
You can translate that. David is going to light the menorah, and he's a student of the Lubavitch Yeshiva in Moscow.
Well, there you are.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivonu lahadlik ner Hanukkah.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'osa nisim la'avoseinu b'yamim hahem b'zman hazeh.
Amen.
Who has performed miracles for our ancestors in those days and in their times and these days. Again, a reference to miracles.
But they could also say at these days and these times what's going on behind the Iron Curtain, particularly in the Soviet Union with the resurgence of Jewish learning. This is school children of a Jewish day school, the first Jewish day school in Moscow in 70 years. This is being seen simultaneously around the world. The Lubavitcher Rebbe in the World Lubavitch headquarters building in Brooklyn, New York, is watching the screen as you are, and likewise in London, England, and Paris, France. We're able to observe and participate into this inspirational lighting of the menorah in Moscow.
Okay, we are now ready to light the menorah here at Lubavitch World Headquarters, which will be lit by Menachem Mendel Goldberg of the United Lubavitch Yeshiva in Brooklyn.
As you notice, the branches of the candelabra come out diagonally from the main central branch. That is, the menorah as depicted by the great Jewish sage Maimonides.
We will then sing on Eretz Alolu, and please join us around the world.
Now, although we're more familiar with the rounded branches of the candelabra, this apparently is the more accurate one according to Maimonides, that it was angular instead of round.
Baruch atah Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu ladlik ner Hanukkah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim la'avoseinu b'yamim hahem b'zman hazeh.
Lubavitch, being primarily an educational organization, puts great emphasis on children. This whole celebration has been arranged and organized for the children of Tzivos Hashem, the Army of Hashem, the worldwide Jewish organization of youth, to stimulate their knowledge of Judaism and practice and observance of Judaism.
Lighting in Paris.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim laviseinu bayomim hahem bizman hazeh.
This appears to be one of the giant menorahs. You're looking down at the crowd below.
Crowd of thousands and thousands of people, it seems. Forget not that in Paris now it's, 6 hours later? So it's approaching 10 o'clock now. And in Moscow it's almost 11 o'clock.
Back in Moscow again. Avram Fried.
Avram Fried is a very popular Hasidic singer in the United States and making a tour of the Soviet Union now, as we heard him singing the Haneres Halonu in the main Moscow synagogue. Observance of Hanukkah, it is traditional to light the menorah in a public way. It's part of the observance is persumanisa, to spread the knowledge of the miracle as far and wide as possible. It's not really part of any of the other commandments or observances of Judaism. It's unique to Hanukkah. And that's why there is an insistence on public menorahs, where the public is exposed to it as well. The message of Hanukkah transcends also the Jewish community. The message of freedom of religion, which was the basis of the revolt of Hanukkah and subsequent miracle of Hanukkah, is applicable all around the world to all peoples. And the ultimate superiority of the spirit, of an idea, of faith and belief in God over all temporary powers that may for a period of time dominate a country or an area. One thing is for sure, it isn't as cold in Paris as it is here in the United States.
your attention to the monitors, and please be quiet.
We're waiting at the moment for the Lubavitcher Rebbe to begin to address the children on this occasion of a children's rally of Tzivos Hashem at the world headquarters of the Lubavitch movement.
We're going to finish Mincha now, and after that, the Rebbe Zalgzunzer will be speaking to us. So start, Oleinu.
In reviewing the activities of the Rebbe before these 40 years of his leadership of the movement, it's worthwhile to comment on the first interview that was done with the Lubavitcher Rebbe for an English language newspaper in 1951. And I had an opportunity to recently see that interview and was struck by the fact that if you took that interview and published it in any paper around the world today, it would be as relevant today as it was then. The Rebbe was talking about the need to reach out to our youth, to inspire them with ideals, with values, and the opportunity that exists in the world today, which may not have been there before. And think about it, that's really the essence of the Rebbe's work over the last 40 years.
It's been an incredible renewal, but not in the sense of going back to what our grandparents had, because the tradition, the chain.
We've now switched to Jerusalem, the Western Wall in Jerusalem, where the Sephardic chief rabbi of Jerusalem, Rabbi Eliyahu, is prepared to light the menorah.
Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu leadlik ner Hanukkah. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim la'avotenu בימים ההם, בזמן הזה.
At the end of the day, the children will bring their parents to godliness. So the mitzvahs that the children are doing are really brand new, with a whole new spirit. And the Rebbe foresaw this. In fact, last year, when the Rebbe proclaimed it the year of the Jewish boy and girl, he emphasized the fact that it's the boy and girl, not the daughter and the son. Because without having the parents Yiddishkeit handed down, it's the children bringing Yiddishkeit down. And that's really a exciting thing. The children are more observant or more inspired than their parents and are bringing their parents.
Also, they're not as hesitant about what you need to do. Parents are self-conscious, particularly in the Western world.
ברכת הראשון לציון והרב הראשי לישראל, בבקשה.
Oh, we're watching now Rabbi Eliyahu, the Sephardic chief rabbi of Israel, just lit the menorah at the Western Wall. The back view is the Western Wall of Jerusalem. There are tens of thousands of people gathered there, and I believe now that he will bless
The children are more observant or more inspired.
הדלקנו הערב נר חמישי של חנוכה. לפי הספירה חמישי הוד כנגד אהרון הכהן שהיה אוהב שלום, רודף שלום, אוהב את הבריות ומקרבן לתורה. מוריי ורבותיי, אוהב שלום, רודף שלום, שלום בבחינת שלמות. צריכים שלמות הארץ, שלמות התורה, שלמות העם. ולא זו בלבד, אלא אוהב את הבריות, אהבה אמיתית, אהבת לרעך כמוך. ולא זו בלבד, אלא גם קרבן לתורה. כמה בעלי תשובה, כמה אנשים שמקיימים מצוות, כמה אנשים שהתרחקו והתקרבו, כמה חושך האיר כבוד האדמו"ר שליט"א, האיר באורו, בחוכמתו, בתבונתו. רב גדול בתורה, בנגלה ובנסתר, רב שקורז להניסה, רב שמאיר את נשמותיהם של עם ישראל. כל מקום שיש חושך בעולם, השליחים שלו נמצאים שם ומאירים את ליבותיהם של עם ישראל, מאירים ממש. מוריי ורבותיי, אוהב שלום, רודף שלום. היוונים רצו לשכחם תורתך ולהעבירם מחוקי רצונך. האור שמאירים החשמונאים, האור שמאיר אהרון הכהן בעלותך את הנרות, זורק את החושך. החושך על פני תהום נזרק, ובמקומו בא קדושה, תורה, יראת שמיים, קיום מצוות. רבותיי, 40 שנה עקוש בדור, 40 שנה של תורה, יראת שמיים, אהבת הבריות וקרבן לתורה. רבותיי, אנחנו נמצאים עכשיו בחצרות השם. חצר, מקום שהשכינה נמצאת במקום הזה. אני ברור לי, בטוח, כשיבוא משיח צדקנו ותפסק ההלכה שגם זר יכול להדליק, לא רק כהן, יאמר המשיח לכבוד האדמו"ר, אתה תדליק את המנורה התורה, אתה שהכנסת אור בליבותיהם של עם ישראל, אתה שהכנסת חום, קדושה, טהרה, אתה שהשבת את הבנים לאביהם שבשמיים, אתה תדליק את המנורה התורה. ברכתי אליו, יהי רצון שהשם ימלא משאלות ליבו באורך ימים ושנות חיים ובמהרה בביאת ישראל. ואתם קהל קדוש ונכבד, השם עליכם יחיו. יהי רצון שתזכו לגדל ביניכם תורה ויראת שמיים, תחנכו אותם בקדושה וטהרה, לטהרו את מקדשך והדליקו נרות בחצרות קודשך. באושר ובברכה נזכה לביאת הגואל ובניין אריאל במהרה בימינו אמן.
תודה ויישר כוח מקרב לב בשם כל הציבור הגדול והקדוש הזה לדברי הברכה, דברי העידוד ששמענו מפה קדוש הרב הראשי לישראל והראשון לציון, הגאון המקובל רבי מרדכי אליהו שליט"א, ועל כל ברכותיו אנחנו מוחאים כפיים ושפתיים ואומרים אמן ואמן.
We're just about to hear the speak.
Everybody, your attention, please. All I can say is that for the first time that something of this sort was tried, we did pretty good. Mirz Hashem, the next time it'll be a little better. But it's an historic breakthrough, as we all understand. And now we have the great source of hearing our Rebbe Zal Gesundheit speak to us. And everybody, please be quiet.
The Rebbe is going to speak in Yiddish, possibly in a little Russian, maybe some French.
We'll just have to wait and see.
I'll translate the Yiddish. With the Russian, you're on your own. As is always the case, when Jews get together, it is appropriate to discuss a matter of Torah, as the Mishnah says, that even a Jew alone in a desert should be involved in the study of Torah, in the words of Torah. And then God says that He is honored by that, and God blesses him. As it says, wherever you will mention my name, I will come there and bless you. He becomes, in fact, the messenger or the emissary of God in speaking the words of Torah, which are God's words. And when there are two people together, regardless of what they figure to be the reason for their meeting and getting together, the Mishnah says that the truth is that the reason for their meeting is so that they can discuss words of Torah. And how much more so when there are 3 or 5 or 10 Jews together. And so it is certain when many times 10, hundreds of Jews get together, men, women, in separate seating, but with the same intention, and in the same location, and at the same time, it is certain that this is a matter of glory and honor of the King of Kings, of God, that wherever one may be, and whenever, when the time is particularly appropriate, like in the days of Hanukkah, special holy days, and also in a special and holy place, as in a shul or in a place of the study of Torah, wherever Jews get together in order to arrive at good resolutions and do good deeds, particularly in charity, helping another Jew, many Jews, and other Jewish institutions, as we discussed many times, then we have the glory of the numbers, the large numbers of people honoring God in a greater and stronger degree. And so it is self-evident that God, whose behavior and conduct is that He rewards measure for measure, only infinitely more, He gives every one of those who participate in these gatherings, and certainly those who organize it, and prepared all that was necessary in order for this to happen. And the essential thing is the deed, is the end result. God blesses them, each of them, in all that he needs. And what does a Jew need primarily? Since the Jew is created to serve his Maker, his primary need is those things that enable him to serve God freely without any distractions. He has to have a full health and without any worries or anxieties. And then he is free to study Torah and to fulfill the mitzvahs of the Torah and serve God in all ways in the fullest and most complete measure. And then, as in all matters of Torah and mitzvahs, and particularly those things that are done and accomplished in their fullest measure, that becomes the proper preparation for the true and complete redemption, at which time life will in general be for all Jews, men, women, and children. Life will be with true peace and peace of mind, a true state of peace that comes directly from God, who is the source of all blessings and of all good things, and particularly those good things that bring true peace of mind, so that we have the freedom to devote ourselves to every detail of every mitzvah, so that the mitzvah is performed perfectly, and then the reward from God is also perfect, even while we're still in exile. But the ultimate perfection of the exile is that every detail is prepared and ready, and every person stands ready, that we are prepared to receive immediately the complete and total redemption through our righteous Mashiach, and particularly when, as we mentioned before, we have great numbers of people gathered in prayer, and we pray and we ask of God, how much longer will the exile last? We want the complete and total true redemption, and we want it immediately. And as God Himself assured us and promised us that the request and the prayer of the many, of the multitudes, God answers that prayer completely and immediately. And may it be God's will that this should happen in such an obvious fashion that everyone will be able to point with his finger and say, "This is my God," just as we can point to the lights of the Hanukkah. We can point to the Menorah and say, "Today we kindled these numbers, this amount of candles." And we heard the blessings said. On the first day, there were 3 blessings, including the Shehecheyanu, or in the preceding days, where the Shehecheyanu continues to influence and affect the other days, but it is not actually said verbally. And therefore, those who, for whatever reason, did not make the blessing of the Shehecheyanu the first night would say it on the first occasion during the other nights of Hanukkah. So may it be God's will that we should be able to say immediately, instantly, concerning the time of Golus, that God has brought us to this time, Shehecheyanu. And when will we be able to say Shehecheyanu for the Golus? Only when God will take us out of the exile without delaying us even for an instant. And in this last moment of exile, we step into the first moment of redemption, the true and complete redemption. Then it will be appropriate to make the blessing Shehecheyanu out loud enthusiastically, because God has brought us to this complete and total redemption through Mashiach Tzidkenu, for our sons and our daughters, our young and our old. Not a single Jew remains, God forbid, in exile. Every one of them and all of them together, in a great multitude, from all ends of the world, God gathers them together Himself, each one as an individual, and joins all Jews in our holy land, and there in the holy city of Yerushalayim, and in Yerushalayim itself, in the holy temple, and there in the chamber of the temple, where the menorah stood, which was lighted by Aaron the high priest, and in the resurrection of the dead, the great tzaddikim and the leaders of the people, Aaron being one of them among them, will be resurrected first, because they are needed to direct us and to guide us in the service of God. So at the first moment of the redemption, which will come immediately, instantaneously, particularly since we're already after Mincha of this day of Hanukkah, and then with joy and with enthusiasm, we will all dance together and say and sing the Haneres Halalu, and then through the Kohanim, with Aaron at their head, in the place of the Beis Hamikdash where the menorah is lit, he will light all 7 branches of the menorah, and from that light the world will be illuminated. And primarily this should be instantly now.
For another round of the song of Haneres Halalu.
This unusual gathering from across continents, the Rebbe basically defined it and described it as an occasion that honors the glory of God. That when Jews get together, it is not for secular purposes or social purposes, but for holy purposes. And wherever Jews come together and are inspired, make good resolutions concerning the main purpose for the existence of the human being, and that is to serve his Creator. The gatherings, the size of the gatherings, the numbers of people getting together, all add to the glory and to the revelation of godliness. And so this occasion too is one that is done out of honor of our Creator, and that we should all come away inspired to serve God better and fulfill our purpose for which He creates us. And in doing so, God's blessings are brought down. And it's interesting that the Rebbe mentioned that those who worked hard at organizing this deserve special blessing, and will certainly receive their appropriate reward, in spite of some of the annoyances and aggravations.
Technical mishaps. Well, when you're trying to pull together practically the whole world, you really have to expect something like this, and it's all being done live.
So the Rebbe extended his blessings to the organizers and to all those who are participating all over the world, and that this should all be a preparation to get us into the proper frame of mind, into the proper state of mind, that we should reach that stage where there will be permanent peace of mind, without any distractions and without any concealed or hidden blessings, but rather revealed and undisguised blessings with the coming of Mashiach, and that it should happen immediately, instantly. And as the Rebbe said on another occasion, why the urgency? If Mashiach will come soon, isn't that good enough?
Why now?
And the Rebbe said, because as long as Mashiach doesn't come, there is pain in the world. And when you have 14 million Jews, each one with their own little peckle of problems and of distress and so on, you have 14 million moments of suffering if Mashiach comes one moment later. And you consider 4 billion people who continue to have the difficulties and the distresses of exile. For another moment, you have 4 billion minutes of suffering.
Watching them now in the synagogue in Moscow, the excitement that they have upon being able to view the Lubavitcher Rebbe for the first time. I'm just trying to think of what it means to them, having suffered so much, talking about suffering all these years, and yet kept up their hope and maintained the connection to the Rebbe and really survived as Jews because of his inspiration. And now to be able to see his image there live in the Moscow synagogue.
The awesome beauty and power of all this is that the Jew in Moscow who kept mitzvahs underground, lighting Shabbos candles in a closet, putting on tefillin in the basement, had no thought of a reward. There was no ulterior motives. There was no possibility of an ulterior motive. The mitzvah was pure. The mitzvah was innocent. And the same is true in America. It's not as if you gain any points. Not in your family, not in your community, not in your school. When a child in America observes a mitzvah, there are no ulterior motives. It's pure Yiddishkeit. Like the pure oil of the miracle of Hanukkah. There isn't a touch of Hellenism.
When we think of the unity of the Jewish people, it's often hard to conceive when you think of different cultures, different parts of the world. People seem so far apart, even though maybe observing the same thing and tied together in a spiritual sense, but the distance, it's very hard to overcome that sense of apartness and distance from around the world. Now take a look. The distance has been bridged in that one moment.
We've got London.
There we are. Look at the excitement on their faces. They realize they've just been brought in.
It's interesting that we're talking about how big the world is and yet how small the world is. We're all really one family. Almost wherever you look on that screen, it's either a cousin of yours or a cousin of mine. In fact, I think I saw your brother in Moscow in one of those Russian caps.
Right. Together with your brother doing the singing.
So it's a big world, but a small world.
Well, look for divine providence. The two of us are sitting here, and our brothers are in Moscow on missions there to help the Jews, to teach the Jews and inspire them in Moscow. So maybe we can be just partially as successful as they have been in inspiring Jews around the United States who are watching this broadcast today. This is a unique event. I'm Rabbi Shmuel Kaplan from Lubavitch, representative of the state of Maryland, together with Rabbi Manis Friedman, the dean of Beis Chana Institute in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We have been brought here to present to you this event tying the world together.
In the lights of Hanukkah. A practical suggestion would be to take advantage of the remaining days of Hanukkah to light up the world with more menorahs, bigger menorahs, more children participating in the lighting of the menorah and in the giving of charity, as the Rebbe mentioned in his talk. That when Jews get together, there should always be a benefit that should result to other Jews, to other Jewish institutions, organizations, and that is through the act of tzedakah. It's also customary, of course, to give children Hanukkah gelt. Besides any gifts we might give, the custom, the time-honored custom, is to give Hanukkah gelt. And if I'm not mistaken, the Rebbe will probably distribute Hanukkah gelt to every one of the children there in that hall we're seeing on the screen.
One of the reasons for the distribution of Hanukkah gelt to children is because in the times of Hanukkah, there was a ban against the study of Torah, and the children would play games with money like dreidel games, and this way it would not appear that they were studying Torah to the Romans, but rather that they were spending their time in games when actually they were studying. So it's sort of an encouragement to children, to students, and adults as well, to dedicate their time to the study of Torah, knowledge of Torah, education in Judaism, and which results in a greater observance of Judaism as well. You are tuned into a special Hanukkah program, and then it was light, bringing together four corners of the world in one Hanukkah celebration.
This is Moscow? Yeah.
Yeah. The look of joy on the faces of the Jews of Moscow is really something that inspires me.
Rebbe is going to speak again now, please. We're still on satellite, so that while all the people in the world should be able to hear the Rebbe and see him.
Man hat sich früher gerät wegen Hanukkah im Allgemeinen ohne Unterschied, in welchen Jahren, in welchem Tag, sie hält sich an die 8 Tage von Hanukkah. Und wenn sie endet sich die 8 Tage von Hanukkah, sag aber echt selbstverständlich, aber jeder Ingen in Torah und in Niedigkeit und befragt, was hat sich über jeder Jahr von das Nei. Ist sicher echt da eine Ablernung. In einem Jahr, gab es die Jahren vor ihm und die Jahren viele, was noch ein Unterschied.
This distinction that is underscored and emphasized in many circumstances and in many ways, that the way something begins determines the total outcome and the future of every project, and particularly when a project lasts for more than a week, the week containing within it all elements of time. All of creation took place in 7 days, and when in addition to that you have the 8th day, the 8th day of Hanukkah, so it is certain that right from the beginning, from the start of Hanukkah, every year we have a teaching and an instruction, as is every aspect of Torah. Every item in Torah is an instruction. And so the instruction is that anything that begins and lasts for 8 days goes through the whole cycle. It is certain that there must be a unique lesson that we can derive from this for the entire year. And since this year, Hanukkah began on a certain day of the week, there must be a lesson that we can derive from that, in addition to the general common lessons that Hanukkah gives us for every year. And so at the beginning of Hanukkah, the emphasis is laid by the day in which it occurs, and that will influence the entire 8 days of Hanukkah. And particularly since the day in which Hanukkah begins is also the day in which it ends, from this we understand that since this year Hanukkah began on the day of Shabbos, which is a sacred day, different from all the other days of the week, and particularly when it's Shabbos and Hanukkah together, then it gives an additional festivity to the Hanukkah, and then the Shabbos itself also is increased, and it's more Yom Tovdik, in spite of the fact that Shabbos itself is the holiest, or one of the holiest days of the calendar. Yet we can derive a lesson from the fact that Hanukkah began on Shabbos that will give us a deeper insight into the Shabbos itself, that will inspire us for the rest of the year, in the fact that Hanukkah starts on Shabbos, and particularly when in this year the whole year, the Rosh Hashanah of the year, also came out on Shabbos, so that the year began with Shabbos, and Hanukkah begins with Shabbos. So there must be a lesson there too, that this year brings us, or gives us, which tells us that every aspect of the year, every moment of the year, should be permeated with an air of Shabbos. And just as in Shabbos, the day of Shabbos affects and blesses all the days that follow. And it represents a time when the world will become permanently Shabbosdik with the coming of Mashiach. And so the unique lesson of this year, in the fact that Hanukkah starts on Shabbos, and as mentioned before, that the conclusion of Hanukkah is also on Shabbos, that increases and adds to the general significance of Hanukkah, that gives us a specific and practical lesson that teaches us how every aspect of a Jew's life should be permeated and filled with the holiness of Shabbos, which is in addition to the general lessons of Hanukkah, which is that Hanukkah is not a private affair. It is not something a Jew can observe and practice by himself alone, but what a necessary and essential ingredient in the observance of Hanukkah is that he celebrate it with his family. And in addition to the family, he has to also include in the celebration the outdoors, the public place, even the public domain, where there are those who rebel against godliness. And this doesn't prevent the Jew from lighting the menorah out there, but on the contrary, he lights the menorah so strongly that even their rebelliousness is transformed in a positive fashion and in a bright fashion into one of goodness. That's the general lesson of Hanukkah, as well as the general attitude of Hanukkah that tells us that one should never be content with his accomplishments in Torah and in mitzvahs, even if he may feel, and others may in fact tell him, that he has fulfilled the mitzvahs and studied Torah to the fullest measure, and that he is complete and perfect in his observance. In spite of that, the following day, the day after that, he should be discontent with what he accomplished until now, and should add and increase in his observance of mitzvahs. And he should increase it in a way that everyone can notice, and everybody will see that he is increasing. And all of this is derived from the fact that the menorah is kindled in an increasing fashion, each night an additional candle. Even though the night before, the candles that he lit then illuminated the darkness, and with that he fulfilled the mitzvah, and he may feel content with lighting another candle. He is told that he needs to light another candle that is kindled first, that the new candle is the first one that we light. So we start to illuminate the darkness with that candle, which is the additional candle of that particular night. And then we rekindle again those candles that were lit the nights before. And they are kindled after the additional candle is kindled. So the addition is given special treatment, and this is done outside in the public domain with all the lessons that are contained in that. So in addition to all of these general lessons that Hanukkah carries every year, we are also told, particularly in this year, that every aspect of our life, every aspect of Torah and mitzvahs, and in truth, all matters and all affairs of the life of a Jew, since the Jew is created to serve his Creator, and if that is the purpose of his creation, and that is why he lives and has health, and as we say in the blessing of the Shehecheyanu, that God gave us life and brought us to this day, since that is the whole purpose of His life, every aspect of His life is permeated with Torah and with mitzvahs. So the candles that He lit today are in fact not being lit on Shabbos or even a day connected to Shabbos, but rather a weekday, like any other day of the week. Even so, this day, this weekday, should be permeated by the energy and enthusiasm that Hanukkah gives us. Hanukkah being the candle of a mitzvah, this should bring a holiness and a Shabbosdik air to the weekdays as well. And what is Shabbos? Shabbos precludes completely all weekday affairs. Whereas during the week, a person has to be involved in matters that are possibly personal and worldly and so on, and in those he has to find ways of discovering God and experiencing godliness in those weekday affairs. But in addition to that, Hanukkah teaches us this year that we begin Hanukkah with Shabbos, and we take that Shabbos, the air of Shabbos and the holiness of Shabbos, with us throughout the whole week. So the Shabbos with which we light the first candle, when we lit the first candle of Hanukkah, just before Shabbos, that will burn into the day of Shabbos, representing the time when the world will be completely Shabbosdik, permanently. So the night of Friday, the Shabbos night, the candle has to burn into the night of Shabbos, even though we kindle it before kindling the Shabbos lights. But we have to have candles large enough or sufficient oil that the candle should burn well past nightfall of the Friday night. So that not only do we have a Shabbos in Hanukkah, or an element of Shabbos in Hanukkah, but that the whole emphasis is that Hanukkah begins with Shabbos, that He established a life, a way of life, that is completely Shabbosdik, as those who study in a kollel, postgraduate work, postgraduate studies of Torah, kollel meaning gathered together or included, that all matters in a person's life are gathered and included in his study of Torah. And by learning in the kollel, in addition to the study, the daily portions of study that he studies on his own before he comes to the kollel, that affects also the personal, private affairs, the worldly affairs that a person has. In addition, he adds time to his study of Torah, and in the lighting of the Hanukkah candles, when they are kindled in connection to the hours that follow after the candle has been lit, the hours that follow are the hours of Shabbos, then he has to increase the amount of oil and the amount of candle wax. So he has to bring more weekday things, stuff from the weekday, to be added to the Shabbos, so that the candles will continue to burn and illuminate with an increasing light and an increasing time.
Und Mann, was wir bald, als der Zinzachon der Chanukah-Lir bebeis ha-Knesset, bereiv am noch beemza hayem, noch gleich lachlich ha-Zeis hayem, bemele soll das Echet maschpia, aber schaß Zinder noch der Neres Chanukah bebeis Bischaß, dass Eichet Vater hat Lokos Nelis Shabbos von der Baal Akeres Arbeit, von der Frühseine oder von der ältere Tochter, der Kajetze wird das Eichet durchgenommen mit Shabbosdigkeit, aber viele werden Cheri, das Neger noch tun, aber das Cheri. Und tut aber das Cheri, ist das eine bedehne klar zu einem Jahr, wenn nie gehabt in der Sinneskehr von Jemei Hanukkah, nur damit hat es in sich Eichet, aber das wird in sich eine Shabbosdigkeit und eine Shabbosdigkeit verbunden mit Hanukkah, was Hanukkah bichlal und befragt noch Jemei Hanukkah ist verbunden mit dem Menorah, was sie gewähnt bei Beis Hamikdash. Und durch Mekayim sein den Hadlokas Neres Hanukkah hält man zu der Hanukkah Beis Hamikdash Ashlishi und der Hadlokas Haneres bei Menorah, bei Menorah Zov Kula in Beis Hamikdash Ashlishi hält es noch mehr zu bei ihm, dem Regisch und der Hadgosha, als soll wissen sein, jeder Inje, was tut. Hat in der Rufechet Apiyula, wie der Psagdin Rambam Amevi, Yeshua v'Atzola Lei, ולכל העולם כולי, אבל בלדה das tut tut das in Azami Meifen, אז wird בכל דרכך דהיהו, וכל מעשיך לשם שמיים, machte davon Chuli, שנעשה אלתרס, הקשרס, ביז אלתרס הקדש, ביז אלתרס von Poras Chatos, Pora Duma, was ruf darf man da kommen, den Mishkon, der Lachri Seh, den Beis Hamikdash Ashlishi, und nachher der Eifer Pora, von der alle Pora sind der Pora, was Moshe Rabbeinu hat gemacht, und alle 8 Pora, shel Achri Seh, wo die alle Eifer von der alle 9 Pora mischt man zu der Eifer von der Pora Asiris, was wird gemacht werden, bekore Mamosh, durch Aaron Kein Godel, und Moshe Eichet Imoen, der Beis Hamikdash zusammen mit der Shiro Asiris, was Oz Yoshe Meshu V'nei Yisroel, als Yoshe nicht schon, nur Yoshir, aber das ist verbunden mit der Shiro Lahawaii, der Rebester ist die Go, und nimmt der Reis und hat Schena Reis genommen von dem Golos, von den Shivim Umis, und Häuser Lahawaii am Luch auf alle Shivim Umis. Aber wo ist Molach Hawaii beziehen, und Yerushalayim und in Eretz Yisrael, Biklolusa, und hat sie wird sich, jeder Kol Yishvei Aleh, jeder Jiden und alle Jiden mit Kol Katz Vetevel, und damit hat man nachher die Kol Injani von Beis Hamikdash Ashlishi, und es wird nachher die Tachlis Ashlemus in Akrovas Akorbonis, wo das der Linie von Beis Hamikdash Bayis, soll sein Muchen, Lahake, Bei Korbonis, wo der Emisser Korbonis, das wie es wird, Nikra, was jeder wie das Makri, weil die Tfilis, sie bemocken Korbonis Tiknon, al derlich wie die Tfilis Minche, was man tersto, gedauert ist auch das Bemocken von Tomit, shall den Arbaim, der den Arbaim, und von der Erde, von dem Golus, und man macht von der Leila Kajen Joir, am hat gleich den Beis Hamikdash Ashlishi, zusammen mit Moshe V'Aaron, Kitzel V'Elanu, Sheikh Neyofor, Veid V'Ruha Yiker, Adamut is Ayid Mekayim, der Heroes von dem Neres Hanukkah, als heilig und mäßig beein Mitzvah V'Teiro und nicht begnugen sich, was mäßig gewesen, a Tag lief nicht sehr, oder hat auch Lotte Teve mäßig sein, a Tag leacheri sehr, nur schön mäßig und mäßig in Asamin Eifen, bis wann es wird, wie der Mina Gisroel, der 5. Lichtel ist mir nechet gibt mir den Minion von Eres Hanukkah, wo das beweist sich als Ayid macht von Adbeis, Shal Kesef, oder Shal Zov, oder Shal Necheshes, oder viele Shal Niyor, Papirene, Geld macht von sehr echet als Ingen, was gibt mit Zdoko, und beide mit Bote Knessis, und Bote Metroshes, und Bote Chesed, bis Gemilas Chasodim, und Kajese Bose, und tut das mit Simcha und Tuv Levov, und durch dem allem kommt dazu noch Kama Assis, zusammen mit Kama Diburim, und wie bald das Anassi Mesudor und Adiba Mesuda, ist da Arrive Machshovis Tevis, was das auszustellen, was soll das reden, und noch tun in einem Leben Hachitev, bis wann es das wird, der Tachlis Ashlemus bei jeder Rieden, in seinem Machshova Dibur und Meise, במילא זה מכריע עצמי בכל העולם כולי, ניסה מאחרו דורך הרוב, nur Achlo, was wird im Ganzen, wie sie darf zu sein, und sie wird teichert, wie wir gesagt, früher, und wie wir lernen teichert in der Pasche, in der Sede, von heintige Woche, wo das sich Vahimi Keis, was in der Vahimi Keis, wo dort eine Retze wird, wegen der Minen, der Rieche von Jesefen, und was Jesef mit Beiso Assurim, Jotzo Limleich, als Choles Aserde, letztlich in der Meime du Matzo, Schnossayim Yomi, wie Jesef noch gewähnt, der Beiso Assurim, und danach gewähnt inzwischen nach Cholim, und danach hat Jesef Pesach gewähnt im Cholim, und danach hat gleich geboren an Mishnele Melech, was jechet bei jeder Rieden, viele, wenn wir gefinden sich in Hajime Kechelgen, in Zman Hagolus, Teike von mir, dass jeder Ried Pesach dem Cholim, aber das Hagolus mehr nicht war zeitweilige Sache, und sie gemacht geworden, der noch soll sein, die Kiflaim Litushi und Aschar Yerida, Zerach Alish, Leberach, Legamre, als von dem Cholim hat man al Derech und dem Cholim von Jesefen, aber schaß gewähnt der Cholim und hat am Pesach gewähnt, ist nach Hause gesessen bei Beiso Assurim und Teike von Miyad haben Israelam durch Pare Melech Mitzrayim, mal rausgenommen von Beiso Assurim und noch mehr angesorgt die ganze Welt und bei Pare da gewähnt am Meschel Bekiper, hat nun gesagt, die Kippa der ganzen Welt, als Biladechel Jorim Ish, es Jode Vesragle, ist nicht in sein Nechek Machrig, bechol Hebam Kule, aber bald das Retta Yid, und das Retta Yid, Retta der Divre Teil und Yid Tiber Zive HaKodesh Baruch Hu, ist eine sichere Sache, alle Jorim Ish, es Jode Vesragle, und wir dürfen normale sein, die Kavone und dem Rossen und die Bakosche von jeder Rieden und von allen Jiden und die Korone von der Bakosche als nicht Stamm, als Jiden gehen ein Reis von Golus, das Kasper muss Hovo mieten, als der, wie sie gewähnt, kemeis Heschen Meres Mitzrayim, ist gewähnt, was Jotzo Birchush Godel, wo die Missim allein am See gegeben, Klei Kesef und Klei Zor und Chulu, al derech sie Eiches begleiten sie alle Schivim Israelim und wir gießen mit alle Joni, was sie dachten haben, in Joni, was wir dachten haben, zu lieb, Harchova Amitis, wo das ist der Verbund mit Matona Amitis, was mir geht als Seiche bis zu Ruhe, Shala Kodesh Baruch Hu, mag man doch auch noch haben von Asami Matone. Und ich frage noch, dass nicht am Matone, sondern dass Kiyum, Haftoche, als mit der Regen der Rechush Godel, Schlei Beherrach, von dem Rechush Godel von Jotzu, Meeres Mitzrayim, ist das Hazach, was das verdiente Sache, alle die Zahl von Golus, was Bishas Abnei Chidish am Melech Malcham Lochem HaKodesh Baruch Hu, was das ist sich jeder Ried, gefindt sich ein Rege in Golus, wie viel mit Geld und wie viel in Jahren mit Gittem nicht. Von dem Zar kommt es nicht zu der Überlebung in seine, was gewähnt ein Rege, was gedacht sein als Schulchone, של מלך מלך המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא und Tmura sehr gewähnt in Golus und sich nicht stadel gewähnt reinstellen der halufische Leben an Alef in dem Golus wird es Eises Giula die mit über Kama Pomim und der Hälfte möchte zu will gleich reinstellen dem Alef durch Ruf was mäßig noch mehr in Limud Atel und Kiem HaMitzvahs und befragt noch, wie man mäßig gewesen in der 5. Lichtel und Medubar Lehil, wo das Heche der Limud Meyuchad Beshona Zu, was Hanukkah ist allemal in 2 Sedres, wie bald das 8 Tage, Beshona Zu, die Quiz in Asami Nefen, Arubam Kikulam, Achus dem ersten Tag Hanukkah sein, alle übrige Tag Hanukkah, alle in Parshim Miket Shnosayim Yomin, und Pare Chelen, die ihnen Agolus, und viele Echet in dem ersten Tag von Hanukkah. Es war das gewähnt bei Yom Shabbos, und sie Echet, gleich in der Achre Chatzes Hayim, bei Isofa zu den Blimut und Kris Atera von Vayeshev hat mir der Kirche gelehnt in der Kirche das Schole wo das Schole Kehlel Kola Pashu Kula von Vayhimi Keis hat mich genechet Vayhimi Keis der alle 8 Tage von Hanukkah wo das ich komme der Blimut Meyuchad von dem von der heintigen Jahr und die Platz von Jemei Hanukkah die von jeder Ingen machen eine Schabbesdicke Hanukkah und machen eine Ingen, was in dem soll sein, Nikel. Das bringt zu dem Miketz, von Ketz Hayomim und Ketz Hayomim, zu dem Ketz von dem Golus, Kemuskor Leil, und bei Sofa Rabbo, und befragt noch wie der Minag Yisroel, zusammen mit der 5. Lichtel, und damit ist mir sagt, nee, noch mehr mäßig sein, die geben Chanukah-Geld zu Kindern und nicht zu Vulgorin. Ich hatte gesehen, bei Neside Reino, als gegeben echt Chanukah-Geld zu den erwachsenen Kindern seine, a viele Nordruh, wie so ein schöne Chassene gehabt. Und mit über kam vor mir, und mit tut das in der 5. Lichtel, bei Sofa, was mit über kam vor mir, ist eine gleiche Sache, als in jeder Woche dicken Tag, soll man geben Chanukah jüdische Kinder, und das ist ein Minag Yisroel, ist ein Kedai, mit keinem sein, den Minag, wie oft noch nicht kennen, weil dadurch darf sich haben, er soll sein Minag, in Nikuya, in Yemei HaChanukah, und nechet in dem ersten Tag Hanukkah macht man sich Bircha Shechayonu und dann noch Punta Sewe wie mit 10 Tonnen der Lichtlach. Und als Mann Mutter ist damals echt Mutter zu geben echt Hanukkah-Geld und mit über kam Pomim als gleiche Sache, man soll geben Hanukkah jüdische Kinder und jüdische Erwachsene. בכל יום ויום וביום ראשון של חנוכה ויום אחרון של חנוכה von kvi schon so gem das oder liefni hat blockes andes oder machle hat blockes andes und damit ist das Mann am Mutter sei für die Kinder und sei für die Eltern und sei für die was mit keinem sein die Hanukkah zum Taltel sein Mois, was für ein Mois soll nicht sein, und nach vielen an der Gische nehmen, sollen Lechol-Apochis geben, Lechol-Apochis 2-mal, und Marteva zu geben 3-mal, und Gimel Ponen, habe Chazoko, und Marteva zu geben, dem Juchot, bei ihm Ner Chamishi, ihm hat es gesehen, der Minik von Rabbi Seine, Niseine, Kemusker Leil, und sie haben das sehr getan bei Sofa, auf gem mechet Hanukkah, in Shalye mech Hanukkah, Aber ich frage noch, hat den ganzen nicht konstiert. Adel, aber das als Siyua, man geht in die Jomen Juchodim wie die 5. Licht, wo geht man mehr Hanukkah-Geld und Scheier mehr Hanukkah. Kehle Echet, Hanukkah, Vater Esther Lichtl. Allahs kamen wir kamen in Sos Hanukkah. Paar uns in der alle 8 Lichtlach, meistens sind noch mehr wie all der Chorogil, von den Sinas, wie mehr Hanukkah, Lebonner, wie Lebnesel, wie Leididim, Hakrevim, oder viele nicht so sehr viel Krevim, wo der Vater sich hechert, und sich vielen Kemusker Leim, wie es mit Pizza, wie mehr Hanukkah, wie Eisvadus, am soll demut geben, was mir geht, Mois, Lizdoko, soll nicht geben Hanukkah-Geld zu jedem, was es will nur nehmen. Und wer will das nicht nehmen, und da soll nicht mit Kadev sein und mit Sade sein, dem Hanukkah Beis Hamikdash Ashlishi, worum es wird sein, beteket von mir der Miketschna sei im Jomen. Und teke von mir der alle fine Pflichtlach, wo sie sind, der Chechet Merames, wie mir sagt, in mir Idea, Achamisha, mir Idea, Chamisha, Chumshe Teira. Aber man nimmt mit alle Sefer Teiris und alles vor ihm Bichlal und alle Bote Knessis und Bote Medroshes und es steht im Amane Schmaie, Binoreinu, Biskenenu, Bebanenu, Bidmesenu, Barzena Agdesho, Biroshalai, Mira Kedesh, und Bebeis Hamigdash, bis in Kedesh HaKadoshim, hot ich damals zamare bezboy vein und weimer sehr hot par der Miketschna sagen Jomen und hot der Chamische Chumshe Teira, wie sie seinen geschrieben in der Sefer Teira Hamunach Bazoro und in die zusammen lebende Morgenkede, lebende Arena HaKedesh, oder in dem Arena HaKedesh, keme du bar kalma pomim, veid vehu aiker, am hode alle Remosim, macht me nieber von dem Remes, soll sein a Inyan, bepeil be Meisi, und a Inyan be Meisi, was me seht, wie me seht, den Neres Chanukah, Meisi veheilig ve'ei, seht men das, und nechet mi beweist das Sechet Bachutz, al Pesach Beise mi Bachutz, bis wann es als alle Shivi Mumis werden damit durchgedrungen. Und sie wird, wo Häusel Havaya am Lucha, Bechol Oelam Kule, der Bias, die Gula Amitis war Schleimer, על-ידי דוד מלכי משיח, דוד מלך ישראל, חי וקיים ותקף ומיד ממש. Das was sie wollen. Das ist Madrid. Ja, Madrid. Dann mal den das. Ja, dann mal den.
Okay, now listen. Shh. There is in accordance with what the Rebbe just spoke, the Rebbe will give every child who is below bar and bas mitzvah 4 coins personally. The Rebbe will give it from his hand into your hands. And then, after all the little kinderlach who are before bar mitzvah and bas mitzvah will get the coins from the Rebbe will give the tankis dollar bills to give out to everyone who is bar mitzvah and bas mitzvah. That goes for above bar and bas mitzvah. So this goes for everybody, but we have to have a system. One moment. Shh. Shh. Now you know, wait a minute. You know that every time we close our kinus, with a bracha to the Rebbe soll gesund sein. Shh. Everybody, please rise. I'm going, since we are in the holiday of Hanukkah, we're going to ask Rabbi Chaim HaKohen, the Chief Rabbi of Melbourne, Australia, to bench the Rebbe and everybody here with Birchas Kahanim. He can do a much better job than I can ever do. Rabbi Gutnick will bench the Rebbe and everybody here and everybody throughout the world with Birchas Koyanim.
וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל אהרון ואל בניו לאמור, כי יבורכו את בני ישראל, אמור להם, יבורכך אדוני וישמרך, יאיר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקו, יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום. ושמו את שמי על בני ישראל, ואני אבורכם.
And I want to add to that, the Rebbe soll sein gesund and take us out of Golas, and we should be together with Hashem speedily in the Beis HaMikdash, Yerushalayim Ir HaKodesh, in Kodesh Kodeshim, Gesundheit and Freiligkeit, B'vaneinu v'vneiseinu, with our youngsters and our elders, sons and daughters, and that should be B'korev Mamish.
Only this area over here will go now. Only this area over here. Please, Rabbi Kel, hold it back. There shouldn't be any pushing. All the adults, please clear. Over there's the passageway. Please clear over there. Over there's the passageway for the children to get out. Please clear it over there. No, you can't go now, you see? Now you can't.
Rabbi Lou, Rabbi Kotlaski, please move back. Rabbi Simpson, please move back.
Clear that over there. Benji, clear them over there. Clear it over there. Clear over there. Wait back, wait back, wait back. Wait back, wait back, wait over here, wait, we'll clear over here. Wait till we clear over here. Wait over here. Get the people away from there. They can make space for children to go through. Hold it back over here. No, wait, where you see? Get to back to class. Get back to class. Get back to class. Wait for your class. Let's go, get off. Let's go, come on. Let's go. Wait over there, sit down.
Please stay in your seats, please. Abaisa, if you go off the benches, it'll be easier for us to control. Please move back.
Wait over there, wait in your seats. Please wait there. Wait. Watch it there, watch it. Wait over here. Wait over here, wait here. Wait here, wait here, wait here. Watch it, hold it off over, hold it off here. Hold it up here. Hold it up here. Wait in your seats. Wait in your seats, please. Wait in your seats. Sit down. Wait down. Adults, please clear the way so the children can get through. Wait over here. Where? He's a teacher. He's right in his class. Wait over there, wait there. Wait there, wait there. Wait there, wait there. Wait there, wait there. Please clear the aisles. Over there. Please go over to one side and let the women go through. Smitty, clear them away from the wall and move them over to this side. Let's go, move over here, a little faster, move here, move it, let's go, move up. That's it, yeah, that's it. So let him come in, no? Come in. Let him come. He'll come. Wait a minute. Just wait a minute. He's giving dollars now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Get the kids that are coming. Hold them over here. One second. Don't move. Come to the kid here. Oh, my.
Good job. I heard you on the shidduch.
Huh?
Sounds like you did a very good job. Here. 4-year-old kid was lost.
Now something like the ladies should go out.
What? Right it.
Doesn't work. Just a minute, I have to do it.
to the conclusion of this unique historic program of the connection between Lubavitch World Headquarters in Brooklyn, New York, and London, England, France, Paris in France, and Moscow in the Soviet Union, and Jerusalem in Israel. This has been a special program in honor of Hanukkah and celebrating the beginning of the 40th year of leadership of the Lubavitcher Rebbe of World Jewry. This is Rabbi Shmuel Kaplan. I am the Lubavitch representative in the state of Maryland, and Rabbi Manas Friedman, the Dean of the Beth Chana Institute in Minneapolis, who have been with you throughout this broadcast. We hope that you enjoyed the broadcast and were inspired with the message of Hanukkah and the unity of the Jewish people around the world. God willing, we will bring enough light into the world so that by next year, with the coming of the Messiah, we will have a unity of the Jewish people from around the world physically as well. On behalf of the Jewish Educational Media, we wish you a happy Hanukkah.